The following is a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 2.
Hello everyone and welcome to our both our second match of the day and our second street match of the round. I'm G-Man, we will be streaming this one. Got a good matchup here in terms of UUL, a bit of UUL history here. It's going to be number 2 background taking on number 3 Chloro in the Accordion region. This is the Acoustic August, last regular season tournament before we get to the LCQ and D2 Championship, the postseason you could say. But before we get into the match, let's take a look at the bracket here. Accordion region here. So no games have happened here so far. This will be the first of the Accordion region, so the winner of this will be waiting to see who they face off, which will be the winner of Goldie versus Emmy, which will happen tomorrow at 11 a.m. I believe that is going to be the I think the second to last matchup, because I think Taslim and what's it called? Delete are playing later. Yes, the calendar is not updated, but yeah, it's a Taslim deleted will be at 12, so that will be the last match. But Goldie Emmy, 11 a.m. tomorrow. We have another doubleheader there, but right now we have background Chloro going at it. 2v3 matchup. I mean, this would be the projected matchup, but quite the matchup here, because a lot on the line. Background looking to make his third regional final here after a bit of a struggle in June. Hasn't really had a lot of momentum right now, but could be a great way to build some here and possibly make it back to another Final Four. Chloro looking to finally get a multi-win tournament here. They've been consistent in getting out of this first round here, but last tournament had a DQ win to get into the regional finals, couldn't capitalize there, and then the prior tournament, which was their debut in April, lost in this round. So this second match has been a bit of a struggle for Chloro. Chloro will see if they're able to finally break out of this rut today and get their second win of the tournament. Let's jump over to the stream here. Again, I'm kind of running this solo right now, but we do have our players here. We also have Brad, who is going to be spectating. So I don't really have someone to necessarily co-commentate per se, but I could run this commentary on my own. It's all right. I'm not sure if either Chloro or background are going to necessarily talk in VC. I know they will at least type. I know Chloro did last time, but I'm not sure if she will this time. If either one of the players want to confirm that or not before I roll into the quick pregame questions. All right. Okay, I see both of them typing, so I'm assuming it's going to be text, which is fine. Just waiting for a confirmation there before I quickly get this going, though. But again, this is a big matchup, a lot on the line here. Both of the players still fighting for an at-large, but a win here could be big, as both are good competitors, are at least closer above the bubble. But all right, so background won't talk. That's okay. But no mic, unfortunately. But looking forward to it. Just hope it's not solitaire. Fair enough. I think we all hope it's not that, but have to see what happens. I think Chloro's just going to type up their pregame comments here, then we'll get going. Okay, he'll type this time. All right, so any pregame comments you want to make, anything that you're looking forward to in this matchup, or anything you're keeping an eye out for? Or are you just ready to get started? I know we had a bit of a slight delay here. Had to grab one or two things, but we are set now. But just waiting for Chloro to type this up quickly, and then we'll get started with game number 1 here. I don't think we're really gonna have desktop audio per se, but I'll throw this on just in case. looking for a fun game. Alright, fair enough. So, gonna get started with game number 1 here. It's going to be background. That's true. But it's gonna be background with the game 1 call here. We'll see what he goes with. Ranges 5 to 15. Alright, starts with 7. Kind of had to figure that. Evo Classic, so. Alright, both players joined up and we are ready to get going. And we are underway with a blue 4, so bit of a neutral start here. We'll see how this goes. I mean, 7 card start, you never really know what you could get. You could get a even split, or you could get one player with a lopsided hand here, so we'll have to see how this plays out. Background's going to start cool with the one down, blue 3, and Chloro's got no blue to start, so not great for Chloro, but background quickly going to do a bit of a bail here with the wild green. No green either. Okay. I'm wondering if maybe this could potentially be a stall tactic. Also, we saw this earlier today with Gamma. It didn't really work very well, but it doesn't look like it, as Chloro's going to finally get the first card down and plays a red 5 here. Ooh, double from background here. Background kind of just on a roll right now. Chloro's just got to figure something out here. Ooh, another light switch here. It goes to yellow now, so that's quick Pandora's. Oof, well, that's unfortunate. Well, rough start for game 1 here. Background's going to take it here. It seemed a bit lopsided there, but I don't really got much for either of you. Background, I mean, I think you just kind of played into that and just had overall pretty solid hand. I mean, I don't know if you necessarily have any thoughts on either side. We could just get going into game number 2 here if you'd like. Yeah, rough break, perfect cards, wasn't punished by grid. Alright, so we'll just jump into game 2 here. I don't think Chloro has much to say after that. I just don't think she had a very good hand there, so going up to 8 this time. And we start this time with red 7 here, so hoping for a bit more of an even hand this time. I would really like to see that lopsided start, but it is best of 7, so we got plenty of time still. Background's going to start with a double right away. Chloro with the quick switch again, doing a lot of light switching here. Have to see how this disrupts background. Gonna play the blue 8 for now. Another light switch here. This is we've seen a D1 player in Yepes do this a lot, so we'll see what comes out of this. This is something that Chloro's kind of just been looking for right now, doing a lot of light switching here. We'll see if we get another switch here. We don't. We run yellow this time. And background draws, so the yellow is yellow is what does him in this time, and Chloro's just going to keep running yellow. Cannot find the yellow here, can't find the switch either. And Chloro's going to do the switch here, so Chloro's kind of just been running this well so far. Blue 3. Blue 5, I mean, this is what Chloro needs here after a bit of a rough game 1 here. Needs to even it up here. And so far, she's doing very well in trying to get there. Green 9, I mean, just keeps rolling with it. I mean, able to find the switches whenever she needs. And background's going to go for the wild blue here. He's going to call out the blue. Oh, and Chloro has a wild red in her own. And now she's down to 2. Does background have a red here? No, doesn't. It's going to be at least Uno here for Chloro. It's going to be Uno here, so background has a chance to respond. Doesn't have anything. Does Chloro wrap the game up? Yes, she does. Alright, so Chloro able to run the numbers pretty well there, and Gets it to 1-1 here. That's good stuff from Chloro. I mean, I think besides that wild Chloro, you had basically all numbers, but you're able to just kind of roll through it pretty easily, I guess, in a way. You were able to find the switches whenever you needed it, and was able to hold that wild to the end to kind of force background to a bit of a checkmate. Any thoughts on how that went? And that was definitely what you needed to get back into this. Yeah, lucky switch. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, sometimes you get those light switches, you kind of just pounce on it when you need to, and it works out very well. And for that case, it definitely worked out well for Chloro here. So, yeah. All right, jumping to game number 3 here. Chloro is going to have the call this time, just can't be 8. We'll see what Chloro goes with. Goes with 11 here. So this is where we kind of see a bit of a shake-up in where players go here. Because sometimes a lot of these UUO players like to start with the 6, 7, 8 card range, and then it kind of goes all over the place. But let's start here at game number 3, and we start with a blue 3 here. Again, both power plays still on the table, but I don't expect them to use this early. Although this could be the range where we could potentially see it, but I would not be so sure, especially on 1-1. Okay, running on blue here, just keeps it going. I mean, we're just kind of going with multiples of 2 here right now. And backwards going to break it with a 1. It still stays blue here, so this is the longest we've stayed on the initial card, or the initial color so far, so we'll see how long this blue gets ran before we either get a draw or a switch. And there's the draw from background, so background's ran out of blue. And so is Chloro here, so they've kind of both played themselves to a stalemate. And now we enter the first draw city of the game. Oh, maybe not. Background gets a blue 8 here. Do we get a switch? Well, Chloro gets a blue 1. Draw. Does Chloro draw? Yes. Okay. So we are in draw city. That was just a bit of a reprieve there. Now this is where it gets interesting, because this is kind of where some of the hand building can come into play here. Sometimes you just kind of get unlucky and don't really get anything, but sometimes you get those cards that you need to try to get those runs to the end. Background 1 for the green 1, but crossover from Chloro goes to red. We'll see if background likes that or if he just keeps running red. Background's going to run red here, so gives it up for now, but we'll likely see green at some point later. For now, we're just running the red here. I mean, I haven't necessarily seen a light switch per se so far, besides that crossover. Just kind of been writing the number until you run out, or the color. I'm mixing up my words today. There's a switch from Chloro here. It goes to the yellow 8. Again, unless we go back to the blue, I would expect there to be at least 1 or 2 plays from this. Now we go back to green here, so another light switch from Chloro. Background's not going to take it though. Goes back to the yellow. Chloro still has some yellow though, so plays the yellow 3. Now background switches to green, so now background wants to go to green, and Chloro's going to run with it this time. The green 3 there, so had the crossover covered. And Chloro runs out on green, so not able to run it that long. That's going to break the bit of a tie we had. Background's going to... Oh, no, it doesn't actually. Both run out on green at the same time. We might have another potential draw city here. I mean, both players either don't really have much going for them right now, or they just don't have the cards to line up or run to the finish. Chloro taking a second. Might get a play here, or might be thinking about something else. Okay, it just draws. And we just keep the draw cycle going, so it's just about to hit 4 minutes here. This has been a pretty fast-paced game, but bit of a draw city here going right now. Big question now is who is going to break it. Green 6 here. Do we get a switch or are we going back to draws? Oh, again, another one where both draw a 6 and Chloro draws a 1 again this time. And Chloro is going to get the switch here though. Goes to yellow 1. Background goes down to the 0. I believe that's the first 0 of the game, so. No switches to the yellow on the 0s now, but. And first ditto also, so. Kind of marking down everything right now. Yellow 5 on that one. And there's the first wild, so background's going to bring it back to green. Might want a bit of a stall here. And I think that could be what he's going for, but he also could just have a run out of green. No, he has a double wild and he goes back to blue. That just forces Chloro to draw here. So now we go back to blue here, which was weak before, but I think Chloro might have a little bit on blue now. She does. Goes to blue 4. So a double wild from background here. Now we run blue for a bit, but there's going to be a limited life on this. Ooh, and Chloro goes for the double up here, quickly gets out of the blue. Alright, throws 6 down and then draws on the skip. That's, I mean, wanted to throw more cards down. At least didn't leave the +2 open, but could let background get a switch here with the skip left open. And background's just going to keep it going yellow here. But Chloro's going to get the yellow 8 off the draw. Now background's going to switch to the green here, so background trying to figure what he needs to do. Chloro just trying to run it down. Ooh, got a skip run here. Does it keep going or does he stop it at 3? It's gonna stop it at 3 here. It goes for the 3 bagger switch. But what does Chloro have on red? Chloro has a ditto on red. Again, Chloro's just able to run this pretty well right now. And it's another switch here. Chloro down to 2. Goes back to blue. This could be a stall, but this also could be a bit of a run for background here. Chloro is taking a second to figure out what she wants to do. Bit of a tense situation on this with Chloro at 2 cards, but background's at 5 could have a potential run in the making. And Chloro's got nothing on blue here. We'll see if background has something on blue or if it's just a stall. Ooh, it's going to be a run. Another run here. Do we close it out here? And I think that's going to be the game for background. Yes, it is. Throws the +4 down and it's either 7 or 8 minutes. Alright, stops at 7:58, and background's going to take it here. Has the +4 save. It goes up to 1. Right, good stuff there. Background. I mean, you did fall a bit behind a bit. I mean, how did that +6 change your game per se? Because I think a lot of this game was just a lot of draws and just trying to find the cards needed to try to get that run to the end, which you were able to do right there at the end. I believe that was a 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a bit of a 5 baggers to the end there, and you also had the triple up above. Alright, had that long combo pretty much all game, just couldn't get the run until the end. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, Chloro, any thoughts on how that game went? I mean, you definitely were able to get lower down, but I think the quick switches that were happening from background were able to kind of disrupt you a bit, and unfortunately by the time it got to blue, it was unfortunately a little bit too late. Any thoughts on that? Just kind of waiting a second. But yeah. Oh, I lose. Okay, fair enough. I don't know if you have any more comments or if you want to get game 4 started. Oh. Well, we can start this at another time if we need. Alright. Okay, we'll keep it going. Alright, game 4. Nope, not game 5, game 4. Alright, starts with the yellow 6. Well, might have some distractions here, so that could be a bad sign. Starts with the yellow 9, though. This is a bit of a critical game here, usually in these best of 7, especially when it's 2-1 here, because a big difference between 2-2 and 3-1. Background has no yellow on 9, though, so we'll see how long Chloro can run it. And not very long here, so the draws on yellow were not very kind on his start here. Yeah, but again, we'll have to see how this plays out for Chloro here. I mean, might have some distractions in play, which is always a bit of a detriment when it comes to the game, because definitely distractions can definitely throw off the, I guess sometimes the focus, but also sometimes the, I guess sometimes the mentality, which is a bit of an underrated aspect, but there it is. A little bit of a comment there, but again, just kind of going with a draw city. And this we started off with a pretty quick pace, but the pace might get slowed down a bit here. Yeah, but clock will keep ticking. Draws. Jesus. Okay. Yellow 5. Just kind of looking for this switch here. Chloro doesn't have it. And background doesn't have it either, so we're just kind of stuck on this yellow right now. Yeah, just cannot find anything here. Up to 13. It still can't find anything here. All these yellows push deep into the deck. Well, now it's not. It was a bit slow before, but all right, and finally gets the switch there. 9 is the card. Now we're gonna hopefully get this running. Lot of draws on the yellow here. That's gonna give a lot of opportunity for other colors here. This is very much gonna be a 3-color game from this point. And Chloro's gonna start with a quick switch here. Goes to the red 6. Again, I think these light switches here are gonna allow for a lot of plays, but I mean, now at this point, you're just kind of running it down. You're just really trying to find which of these remaining three colors is going to be the weak color, because I don't think either player is really going to have any yellows. Chloro just keeps up with the single card plays here. And background runs out of red. Oh, man. Quick, early draw from background here. We'll see if Chloro can keep running the red, and she does, but that's not good for background because that's essentially two color. Gets a red 0 off the draw, but really is looking for this switch here. And cannot find it on the 6. Chloro is just able to keep it running. Alright, goes with red 8. And again, another red off the draw here. I mean, for background, it's fine, but I mean, Chloro's just going to keep running these reds right now, and that could be a bit of a problem here, but it could possibly disrupt a switch here. Ooh, throws a +2 here, so maybe gives background a few more cards that could be red, but Chloro just keeps running this right now, and that's also another red 8 from her. And background's finally going to find the switch on the blue 8. That might have been one of the +2 cards. Blue 4, and Chloro just kind of running with this right now. Background should be able to play this now, but I gotta wonder also how many of those cards he drew could have potentially been yellow. That could be an absolute detriment. Blue 5. 4.5 card lead for Chloro here, and Chloro goes back to the yellow. Maybe wants a bit of a stall. But maybe background could play this also with how many times he drew. Oh, and he goes right out of the yellow here. Goes right back into the blue with the reverses. That might have actually helped background there. And throws down another blue reverse and ends it with a 4-bagger here on the blue 1. And I think it's going to tie it up. Just a, no, just another one. And Chloro has the +4, wants that yellow. And that might be the game right there. And that's going to be it. Wow. Chloro is going to take that one after one. That's also why we have Cola at 0. So you're fine. But Chloro's tied it up at 2-2 here. I mean, kind of going with a 1-1-1, 1-1-1-1 sort of game record here. But yeah, I mean, Chloro definitely had that early draw city there, and it seemed like you were able to pick up a lot of good stuff here, or you just had it and just could not find a way to close it out. But able to get the job done there, had the wild yellow, but that was a bit of a, I guess, a bit of a bait in a way. But in the end, able to get it done. But yeah, backer could have extended his combo, though. Thought I'd get one more turn. I mean, yeah, fair enough. But oof, oh, that's rough. Yeah, I mean, like, kind of goes back into the discussion of when's the right time to use the ammo. Could have maybe stalled it out a bit longer, but Chloro did have a really good run there to close it out. But in the end, it's going to be 2-2 here. And even despite a bit of a slow start because of some IRL issues, I was able to get the win here. Chloro, any thoughts? Better card draw, at least I'm able to finish. Yep, fair enough. Jumping to game number 5 then. So background's going to get the call in terms of the card he can't pick, I believe. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's going to be 15. Right. Full send here. That's not how you spell full send. There we go. Yeah, again, I'm kind of running the ship on my own today, so just gonna have to do a bunch of stuff, but starting with the green 0 here, so that's interesting. It's going to give a little more power to that 0. The background's going to run it, goes to the green. A very, very quick light switch from Chloro. Just got to see what ends up happening here. And another light switch here. Oh, that's gonna be, no, that's gonna be a rainbow, actually. I have to check something. That's a rainbow. Let's throw that out there. Yeah, because we had the green 5, yellow 5, red 5, and the blue 5 here, so very early rainbow here. And now we're just kind of run the blue right now. Again, bit of a light switch frenzy to start off, and then we just kind of run it calmly on the blue. Blue 7. Red 7. Okay, quick switch there. And we got another switch here. Do we get another rainbow? No, we don't. Background's gonna. Oh my god! It's a double crossover check. And oh my god, the green 7. That could have been rainbow. Background had the 7 rainbow available, but went back for red, and then goes the screen here. A lot of switches here. Crazy start to this game. And now it's +4 to get thrown down. It goes to the yellow, and it's going to be yellow 2 here. So it just does a +4 to switch the color here. And Chloro switches back to blue. Oh my goodness, this is an insane game of color switches right now. Has a blue run. That could have been a costly switch here. Oh my goodness gracious. That might be the game. Oh my god, it is. Man, and that's gonna do it. Wow. Not much you could do there. Insane run to the end there after a bunch of light switches, but that double +4 there is going to close it out for background here. He's 1 away from the victory. I mean, any thoughts on that? I mean, that looked like a good starting hand, but we saw a lot of rainbows there. Had a great starting hand, just needed to use up the numbers. Yeah, fair enough. Opposite the statement. Opposite the statement. Okay, so but had a bad starting hand, just needed to use up the ammo. All right. But fair enough. I mean, definitely was potential for 2 rainbows in that game. Backround decided to go for the double red there, though, but absolutely insane game on the switches. But jumping into game 6, it's going to be Chloro's call on this one. I believe she can't pick, what's it called? What was her last game? I believe it was 9 cards, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just trying to double check this. Yes, it was 9 cards. So Chloro just can't pick 9 cards. See what it goes with 13 here. So kind of going all over the place in terms of the initial card starts. It's going to be a must-win for Chloro here. Both players still have their power play. We'll see if it actually gets used here. Green 4. It's going to be a start. We haven't had any crazy start. Yes. Yeah. It's good. It's good. That's why I throw the reminder there. But yellow 4 to start. So Chloro doesn't want the green. Interesting. So quick switch to the yellow. Doesn't necessarily mean she doesn't have green, but background's gonna test it though. He wants to see what Chloro's got on green. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see if Chloro does have anything on green, or if she just straight up drew nothing on green. It is 13 cards, so I would be surprised, but sensor reaction. Okay. Green 2. Alright, so she does have green, but for how long? This background's going to keep it going. Alright, green 0. I mean, just kind of running green a bit right now, but I think for Chloro, I think she had some sort of run there on the yellow, but that kind of got a bit disrupted potentially. I mean, background's just playing this green for right now. I mean, I think for Chloro, she's really looking for a potential switch because I don't know how much she really likes this green at the moment. Well, likes it enough for a Ditto here. And background's gonna do the switch here, go to the red 3. And another Ditto. Oh, back-to-back Dittos. Both on the 3. I thought for a second that was a third Ditto there, but no. Red 6, red 4. It's like just kind of running the numbers right now, which, I mean, it could be considered. Oh my goodness gracious. Background's going to play the power play, Chloro draws on the next turn. This could potentially be it, but we'll see what happens. Alright, just waiting for background to do the play here, then Chloro's going to draw. Alright, just waiting. Oh man. A lot of +2s thrown down here. I think I see what the idea is. This might be a big run here. So up to +6 right now, could potentially be more. Oh man. +10 reverse. It's a big run here from background. Bit of a monster hand. Runs up to 6 now. Oh my goodness. He just power plays just to prevent the defensive. Unbelievable. Monster hand to end that one. Kind of unfortunate, but background's going to take a 4-2 there. Yeah, good stuff. The background makes it to his 3rd regional final of the season. For Chloro, unfortunately, the second game curse continues, but yeah, background good hand there. Again, you made it back to. Why do we power play again? Unique feature. It's mainly just technically it would force a draw there, but I think for background that was more just to prevent the defensive power play. But it could essentially just break up runs that people have to the finish. Yeah, because there's offensive, defensive. You could have potentially power played like where he played the red skip there and then stop that run there. So it could be used to force a draw to get either like a switch or a finish, or it could be used to break up a run here to the finish, or you could just use it to break up a run in general. I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be to finish the game, but yeah. All right, so background takes it. Background, any thoughts on making your 3 regional final here? Definitely what you needed after a bit of a disappointing June. And what are you looking forward to after being able to, or when you could potentially be playing the person who ended up winning the June Gelato? Any thoughts on that when it comes to trying to make the D2 championship? While you're typing that out, I'm just going to finalize the score here. Matchup result's going to take a bit because I was not really able to do that. I had to sacrifice something here, but I'm going to be typing that up right now. Once we get an answer from background, we'll give Chloro a quick question, then we'll wrap up the stream here. Yeah, I mean, I think the thing also is this game kind of went 1-1-1, and then background kind of just ran away with the last 2 games here, so it was looking to be a pretty even game, but then background's able to get some good hands there, so unfortunate way to end it, but still remains somewhat competitive. Honestly, rough break for Chloro, just got really good hands for the last 2, a bit too solitaire-like for my liking. Fair enough. I think for the most part, those first 4 games were pretty good, but Chloro, any thoughts on this result? I mean, again, kind of still stuck in that struggle with getting the multi wins in a tournament, but I mean, realistically speaking, you're probably heading to the LCQ here. Any thoughts on what you need to do there to try to grab a spot into the D2 championship? And could that be the place where you could potentially break the the uh, the only one win streak, possibly? But yeah, coming in, thought I'm pretty sure that's just gonna be post game quote. Coming in, thought I'd be out and sweep, at least able to hold on as much as I can. Very fun here. I hope background can go as far and win, and then the emoticon. But yeah, uh, again, we'll see what happens. But again, Chloro, this will be the rules that we run for the LCQ here. So any thoughts on that potentially, and what you need to potentially do to try to get the job done there to get one of those 2 transfer spots? Nine. I believe this last game was 13. This last game was 13. Just trying to make sure I have this all correct. 9, 7, 8 for the first one. I'm just reaching this game 3. I think it was 11. Yes, it was. Alright, so I think we're typing. Okay, so background post game quote. I'll write that. Honestly, I was expecting a sweep too. Few games, good games in there. Mostly lucky if we get a full win there. Hopefully, Chloro can play again with less OP hands. Fair enough. Yeah, I think Chloro's just typing something up, and then we'll wrap things up here. Maybe LCQ will be the place I break the curse. Maybe not. I don't know how the future will be, but I hope the break happens. Yeah, I think a lot of people do hope as well. I think definitely a lot of Chloro fans out there, but I think it's gonna do it for us here. Background's gonna win it 4-2. Ends it with the power play. I hope it doesn't break the opposite way. That's true. Also, you don't want to break the 1-win consistency also. But yeah, anyways, that's gonna do it for us. Thank you all so much for watching this MRE UNO stream. Again, congratulations to the background making his 3rd regional final here. He will be awaiting the winner of Goldie and Emmy, which I'll actually just throw up here quickly. Again, that'll be tomorrow 11 a.m. So make sure to tune in for that one. But besides that, that's going to do it for us. On behalf of the MRE UNO team, thank you all for watching, and we will see you for the next one. Until then, have a great day, everyone.